Hey bros, it's Blue Moon from the PewDiePie's gaming channel. This video is about the samurai and all their max punishes. This video is part of a trilogy that I've uploaded in my channel right now. And if you want to see the Vikings or the Knights version, you have the links in the end of the video and also in the description. Right now, and in the description as well, there is a timestamp for each individual samurai if you just want to see one specifically. And if I missed something or if I got something wrong, don't forget to tell me in the comments, because I might have forgotten something. And also I'll make sure to make a Woolin faction all Max Punishers video as well when the time arrives. So I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, let's start with Kensei. Normal guard break guarantees you a side heavy that deals 25 damage. Why does this deal more than the first heavy? Because this side heavy that comes from the guard break is the second heavy in the chains. It's this heavy right here on these chains. So if you do a light, you'll be doing the second light too, which deals 20 damage. If the opponent is close to wall, you can guarantee get the unblockable for 45 damage. Wait, that's a light. If you parry a light, you get guaranteed 40 damage of a heavy. It has to be a side heavy. The top heavy can be blocked, but it deals the same damage, so really don't go for it. And if you parry a heavy, which is why I wanted to show you, you get a top light that deals 20 damage. You can also go for the side light. The thing is, the side lights only do 12 damage because they have a very big area of effect. So that's why. And also because of this, this very area of effect ignores dodging, that's why they deal less damage. You can also get a deflect off of him, which is by dodging forward and doing a guard break. Now, he has the superior block when he dodges, just like Conqueror. Thing is, I forgot to say that Conqueror gets a guaranteed shield bash if you get the if you do a deflect. I forgot to say that, but it really it's not that important. But as you can see, if the opponent attacks from this, you also deflect, and if it's a light, you won't get the heavy guaranteed, the dashing heavy, but if it's a heavy, you'll get it guaranteed. Let me show it again. If it's a top attack, always do the guard break, because it guarantees you the guard break. But if it's a side heavy, you get the dashing heavy guaranteed. But it's not like it really matters, because, well, as you can see, you dodge it anyway. That's just useful if it's against a character that has hyper armor, because the deflect will stop that attack and the chain. So, as you can see, didn't deflect, but I hit him anyways. If it's a top attack, you want to go for a guard break. I'm not sure if that's guaranteed though. I am not sure. Okay, guys? I'm not sure. Any Kensei mates that know, please tell me, but I'm pretty sure it's not guaranteed. So now, let's go into punishes. Now, it has to be a forward throw. And there you go. This is Kensei's out of stamina punish, or if he's on revenge. So, if it's a back throw, that doesn't work. If it's a right throw, that doesn't work. If it's a left throw, it doesn't work. It has to be a forward throw. Dash forward into light, into the unblockable. Same thing for the parry. Dash forward light, into unblockable. If you do any other throw, you get guaranteed unblockable. And that's it. Remember, this is the dash forward into light, because if you do a light, that's it. You stopped it. So, as you can see, and it even misses. You can also do this. This deals a little bit more damage. Like this. If you throw him forward, like this. It deals more damage, but the enemy recovers, and he can get a guaranteed guard break. Unless you do a light. So basically, like this. If it's a parry, do this. If it's a throw, do this. And because the enemy recovers instantly, you want to go for a light so that he can't guard break you. Moving on to Sugar Daddy, absolute unit. So, guard break. You get guaranteed light into headbutt. Or, you get the heavy that will launch the opponent. Or, you get the zone that just deals 20 damage if you don't want to throw the opponent across the map. If it's next to a wall, you get a guaranteed heavy. Now, to get the top heavy, you don't want to do it like this. As you can see, it took too long. The opponent could have blocked it, so you want to switch and then do the guard break. Or else, you want to just do the heavy from the stance you were already looking on. They seriously messed up Shugoki's guard break. Now he has literally no range. See, he has no range whatsoever. So if you get the max throw distance, you can get the charged heavy that deals 60 damage. The other thing you can do is the embrace. Now you can see, how the hell do I do this without messing up? What you want to do is keep holding the back, your analog or the S key, and keep holding guard break. This is how you get the embrace every single time. See, I let go of the back key and it didn't work. If I keep spamming guard break, it won't work. What I need to do is hold both until he does the embrace. So, pairing a light attack will guarantee you a heavy, the best being a top heavy that deals 45 damage, that will guarantee you a headbutt. You can also do a side heavy, but it deals less damage. Well, you can see 80 stamina damage from the headbutt. It's amazing. So most likely the opponent out of stamina. And if you parry a heavy and recover, you get either a light. This will definitely get the opponent out of stamina in a duel. Or, unless it's a berserker because he has the most stamina, a zone. Now, come from a different stance. There you go. I'm pretty sure that the zone is guaranteed if he's not blocking this stance. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. Let's move on to being on revenge and all that juicy stuff. So if he's out of stamina or that, you can just do light into top heavy. The thing is, this deals the same damage as doing this. Actually, it deals less, but this guarantees the opponent a guard break on you. So doing a fully charged attack guarantees a guard break on you by the opponent if you're out of stamina. If he's out of stamina, it doesn't, because he's still out of stamina, and this guard break will take a little bit longer. But if you have revenge and the enemy has stamina, he can just guard break you after. So it's not completely the best option. The best option is to do a light into a heavy, or to just do a top heavy and then go to town, I guess. It deals the same damage as doing a light into a heavy. Parrying is the same thing, but you want to do a top light, because if you parry into a side light, oops. Hold up. If you parry into a side light, it misses, unless there's a wall right behind the opponent. So if there's no wall right behind the opponent, you want to do a top light, and there you go. Or just do top heavy. You can also get the embrace. I actually did it too late right there. There you go. That's how you do it. Right there. He couldn't dodge that one. So you get 40 health back, and the opponent loses 40 health. So same thing here. There you go. So right after the opponent is completely fallen on the ground, you can do it. This is great if you have critical health, because you'll just one-shot the opponent. Now it's time for Orochi. So Orochi is very nice now, let's start with guard breaks. So, guard break, guaranteed top heavy, 35 damage. You can, why are you running away? You can also do a side heavy, but it deals less damage, so don't do it. His throw is terrible, so don't waste time doing it. But it deals 20 stamina damage, so you might want to do it if the opponent is almost, you know, out of stamina. So let's start with light attacks. Parrying a light attack, guaranteed top heavy. Deflecting is the same thing. Alright, I just show you both deflects, and I'll talk to you through them in a bit. Parrying heavy guarantees you the double top light. Oh, you can see right there, it also guarantees you a side light, but it does the same damage, so yeah, the best option is for you to do the double top light. Now let's go for deflect. So the guaranteed deflect damage you get is by doing a light after deflect. This will do 35 damage. The problem is, what if you're fighting someone that has hyper armor? You'll eat the damage, right? So what you want to do... Oh, missed that one. Is the heavy follow-up after deflect, which is this one. Now, you can actually dodge out of it. So you can... Oh. You can actually dodge out of it so you can keep deflecting it. I was gonna say that one is too slow, so it didn't actually work. So this is guaranteed on attacks that have huge recovery times. Like for example, Highlander's last heavy, that's heavy, or light heavy, or light heavy. His last heavy has a huge amount of recovery frames, so you can get this guaranteed. Also, Warden's Zone, because it has 900 milliseconds of recovery. So this deflect is not guaranteed all the time. Also, whenever you parry an opponent, you get a zone for 20 damage and a very huge amount of area of effect. So, very good. It's also very good for ledging opponents. It's way better than any of his throws. Moving on to the out of stamina and revenge. Side throw into top heavy, into top heavy. Again, side throw into top heavy, into top heavy. Any other throw doesn't work. Now let's go for parrying. It's the same thing. Top heavy, top heavy. This will deal 70 damage. Oh, messed that up. That was pretty sweet. If you do a back throw, you don't get the second top heavy. And if you do a forward throw, you're too far away to get anything. It's really... So yeah, that's it for Orochi. Nobushi! So, guard break. Guaranteed top heavy. Guaranteed side heavy. Side heavy deals 8 less damage, so don't do it. Okay, parrying a heavy. Guarantees you the Cobra retreat, which is by holding back on the moving thingy that you have, either S key or whatever, or the analog key, and by doing a light, which will deal bleed. You can also dash into light, but it can't be from the same side. It has to be from a different side than when you parried. And you can also get the Sidewinder, yeah, which deals 25 damage, or 30 if the opponent is bleeding. So, great, you can get execution off a heavy parry. You can also do the zone attack. If you parry a light, you get a guaranteed heavy. The best one obviously being the top heavy, if I'm able to parry instead of blocking all the time. There we go. Boom. 38 damage. And if the opponent is bleeding, it will be 46. I'll show it to you. 46 damage. Very good. If you hidden sense attacks with high recoveries, you can get a guaranteed top heavy. If you hidden sense attacks with somewhat big recoveries, you can get a guaranteed side heavy. If you do hidden sense attacks with very short recoveries, you get the double light or a kick. The kick is great because it wall splats the opponent, guaranteeing you a heavy. So, yeah, that's great. You can just corner people. Feels good. Moving on to parrying and throwing. For the opponent, wait a little bit, do a light, and there you go. You do the bleed, and then you do the heavy. I forgot to mention that her lights guarantee you Cobra retreat. So if you have revenge and your opponent is almost out of stamina, you need to wait a bit, do the light, and then you do the bleed, and then you can go for the heavy, which will deal a shit ton of damage. If you parry, however, to recover stamina, you're not guaranteed 2 heavies, but you are guaranteed a top heavy into kick, into a light. That's very good damage. So, you can either go for the kick into bleed after a heavy, or you can do a light into a heavy. It's kind of tricky. As you saw right there, you need to wait a little bit. But if you wait a little bit too much, then the opponent will recover. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. But that's all the punishes. Moving on to Shinobi. So on a guard break, guaranteed heavy into the light. How do you get this light? Don't switch stance. Just do a light after the heavy. If you switch stance, you'll do a normal chain light. That is not guaranteed. Okay, parrying a heavy guarantees you this follow-up light. You do this by instantly doing light after you parry. So it's very good. If you wait a little bit, you can do the chain lights. But this one is better. When you deflect the opponent, you do this thing that deals bleed. You can follow this up with a light attack. Then you can just backflip out. You can also follow it up with a kick with a guaranteed ranged heavy. See? He was attacking the right stance. Even though I deflected the top stance, he was attacking from the right stance after I deflected. So you need to be careful on where the opponent put his guard after you deflect him, because then he'll block it. If it's an assassin, it's always guaranteed, but it's not, you can block it, as you saw it right there. So he put it on his top stance, so I won't attack on the top stance, I attack on this stance. That whole thing, the kick into heavy, all of that deals 55 damage, so it's your max punish. It's the best thing you can do, is deflect with this character. If you parry a light, you get the 40 damage, the heavy into the light. But the best thing really is to deflect, so you get all this damage, which is very nice. Okay, let's go for it. Out of stamina and revenge. So if you parry, you get a top heavy into a top heavy, not a side heavy. This will recover, the opponent will recover from it. As you can see, it has to be a top heavy. Don't ask me why. Oh, I missed it. I missed it somehow. See right here? Has to be a top heavy. Don't ask me why. This deals 65 damage. Okay, so if you're in revenge, you can also... Oh, messed it up. If you throw, you only get the heavy into light. You don't get anything else. If you deflect and you do the kick, the opponent will actually fall, guaranteeing you this shit ton of damage. It's absurd. I don't understand why the kick makes the opponent unbalanced when you're in revenge, because they fixed that, but apparently not. So this will deal the total of 80 damage. As you can see, it's the kick, it's not the deflect itself. See? But if I do the kick, wait, if I actually do the kick, this is the max punish that he gets. Moving on to the last character, Aramusha. Let's go with guard breaks. Guard break guarantees a top heavy, and it also guarantees you a light from any side, but it won't deal more damage than the heavy, so just go for the heavy. Wall punish. As you can see, 42 damage. Not that bad. that top light is guaranteed, by the way. After a side heavy, you're guaranteed a top light, no matter what. So this top light guaranteed. Parrying a light guarantees you heavy into top light. Attacks that have very short recovery will only guarantee you the kick that can wall splat the opponent, as you can see right there. If you blade blockade attack with short recovery, you guarantee this pommel attack. That doesn't chain into anything, it's just an attack. This doesn't chain into anything. You can actually get the top heavy. Don't quote me on how does this work, because not even I know when this is guaranteed. As you can see, a top light, because it has such low recovery, well, you can just block it. But if he does a side light, go on to a side light, you actually get it guaranteed. So it's very complicated. Now, the side heavy is this unblockable. If you manage to hit it, you're guaranteed this top light, but you can also feint it, like if it was this sort of chained side heavy. So as you can see, you can do this. You can do this. Or you can just follow through with it and do this. If you parry a light, you guarantee the side heavy into top light. Now let's go into parrying an opponent and he's out of stamina, or you have revenge. If you parry an opponent, you're guaranteed, or you parry an opponent that has out of stamina or having revenge, you are guaranteed a side heavy into another side heavy. What am I doing? So, side heavy into another side heavy, dealing the total of 75 damage. Now, if for a throw with a wall, this is his max punish. Side light into top heavy. The thing is, you need to have your stance on the right side, like this. If you have it on another stance, it will take you too long to switch to the side for you to actually get the punish. So, as you can see, it's on my side, and I get this all guaranteed. Now I have it on this side, and also get guaranteed. If it's on the top, what you want to do is the top light into side heavy, into top light, basically. All that is guaranteed. If there's no wall, you throw him sideways, you get a side heavy into a top light. If you throw him forward, you can do a light into side light into this charged heavy that deals 45 damage. If you throw him backwards, same thing. Light into this charged heavy. If you throw him sideways, like this. So those are all the punishes for Aramusha.